Hey Josh, I just was figuring this out a couple days ago. The path that a space vehicle takes to go to Mars is not a straight line like we were animating. So I made this little thing maybe to help explain it, and you'll tell me if it's good enough to post. Okay, how does gravity affect how people throw footballs, baseballs, and even how people throw javelins? And if you notice the picture of the girl, she is pointing her javelin upwards because she wants to get the greatest distance. So I did a pretty rough animation because it goes in arch because you want to take advantage of the gravity to get the greatest distance. So gravity affects the javelin. Okay, so when I looked up all these different, I call them launch windows, it talked about how space vehicles are affected by the sun's gravity and the gravity of the planets. And so how does the javelin compare to these pictures? So like here's Earth, and that's where we throw it. Now the Earth and Mars are closer together at certain periods because Mars has a wonky orbit. So I'll explain that here, but I made this really cool animation. So here is when Mars and Earth are the closest. So the less distance that the satellite has to go. So I animated this, and it took forever to get the timing right. But check it out. The Earth goes faster, right? So you have to do this in a certain way. So there is that dot represents the time when it's going to be launched. So you have to shoot there. And there we go. They call that the Hohmann window. It's pretty cool though, but it's kind of fun to make. You got to create ellipses, so for the orbits. I made Earth pretty close. And then I made a distance right here that is shorter than this. And I put this red here to show how much farther it is over here. And actually the window is every 20 months, and it doesn't happen every year. So the animation actually works in that way. But it's kind of fun to do this. You wait for Earth to get there and hit the space bar, and it should land there every time. And the fact that it doesn't work every time is kind of cool because you got to get the math right. If you know how I animated this, I had to get the timed right.